I'm Chandrea Thomas, and in this special edition of Intrigued Full Effect, I have a conversation with Velvet DeWalt, the mother of 17-year-old Nashja Green, who's missing from St. Louis, Missouri. She disappeared from her front porch on Saturday, August 29th, and hasn't been seen since. I quickly put this episode together because of the urgency of the situation. This is what Velvet had to say about the last time she saw her daughter. All right, Velvet DeWalt, your daughter Nashja has been missing since Saturday. So tell me what happened on that day and where things stand at this moment.
That morning, me and my daughter had the same argument that we've had 10,000 other times. It was nothing new, nothing weird about this day than any other day. She was upset. My daughter has been preaching to me about how she wants more freedom, to go and come as she pleases. And with me, I'm just not that type of parent. I've always been real strict, not too strict to my daughter, but I'm a parent that if she wants to go somewhere, say she wants to go to the movies, you let me know what time you want to get dropped off. Let me know who's going to be there. Give me the parent's phone number. I'll come back to pick you up at such and such time. Just let me know when you're ready to go. But it's never been a thing where she could just roam the neighborhood and go to her friend's house and I'll call you. I just never have been that way with my girls. So she has not been happy about that lately, now that she's getting older.
So this is Saturday. Now, first, let me ask you this. Where do you guys live? Like, what are the cross streets there? And what time of day did you guys have this discussion or this argument, and what happened?
This was about 11 o'clock, 11:30.
In the morning. In the morning on Saturday? Okay.
On the Saturday. We are on the cross street of Compton and Rutger. It's the cross street. The last time I physically saw my daughter in person, she was sitting on the front porch. It's not unlike her to walk around when she gets upset, or she'll walk from the back to the front just so people won't come talk to her. She don't want to be bothered. That's not unlike her. Or to pace up and down the street. That's not unlike her. Only thing different about this time is that my other daughter was standing in the door too. She stepped away from the door to walk to the stove to go scramble some eggs, came back, my daughter was gone. She said that she didn't see where she went. She didn't see anybody walking, no car pulled up, no nothing. One thing that is like eating away at my soul is that my daughter she's a severe asthmatic. She doesn't leave, or she can't survive long periods of time without her inhaler. She uses it every few hours, and she has severe allergies, and she's allergic to a lot of things. And she has a list of things that she's allergic to. She has allergy pills in the house. She didn't take her phone. Her phone was in the house. She didn't take any clothes. I went and got into her Instagram because I had her phone, because she left her phone, and I read every single solitary Instagram message that she ever wrote, and there was nothing saying that she's going to meet somebody or pick her up, because her main communication, she used to use Instagram. She never used to use her regular messenger.
And so she doesn't use Facebook. She doesn't use Twitter. Mostly is her main deal is Instagram. And since she left that day, she has not had any post or anything on Instagram because you have her phone. So let me just make sure we get this cleared up really quick. She left your house at around 11:30 on Saturday morning after a disagreement about her wanting more freedom and things like that. She left the house. She's an asthmatic. She doesn't have her spray. She doesn't have her phone. Does she have any money?
She did not have any money.
She doesn't have any money. She didn't take any clothes with her. And the main thing, like I said, was the inhaler, which is like, as an asthmatic myself, I know you don't leave home without it purposefully, without that inhaler. So I can understand why you're very, very nervous about all of this. So when it comes to her last Instagram message, was it that morning? Was it a different day? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, her last Instagram message was to somebody she knew, somebody she used to go to school with, and that wasn't anything that really stood out either. It just asked, did they work that day? And that was the last thing that was said, that was talked about, from what I can tell.
Tell me about your daughter, her friends. Do you think that she went to someone who is hiding her or anything like that? Have you had communication with them, and what are they saying to you?
I have reached out to all of her close friends. I literally messaged and sent that flyer to every single solitary friend that's on her friend list, even the people that are not They are all worried because one of the main things that's worrying everybody is the main people that my daughter used to beg to go hang out with, because she hasn't seen anybody since this coronavirus stuff has been happening. She saw a few of her friends when it was time to go pick up Chromebooks, to start, that home learning and that kind of thing. And she saw a few friends, the day that she did that, because everybody had to pick their stuff up. But other than that, she hasn't seen any of her friends in a few months now. And you think she would reach out to somebody, anybody? Like, these are your closest friends. Why haven't you called anybody? Even though I've been giving my number out to 10 million people, I haven't got a phone call saying that they spotted my daughter anywhere.
So far, Velvet says she has filed a police report with St. Louis City Police, and she's planning to do searches in alleyways and abandoned homes nearby. She's also trying to find out if there's any surveillance video of her daughter walking down the street or getting into a car on that day. But again, Velvet says her daughter has never run away in the past, and she's just hoping to get her back home. She also says that Nashja is a senior and was looking forward to starting the school year. Nashja is about 5'5" with a petite build and a mole on her right temple. She was last seen wearing a white shirt, jeans, and black and white checkered Vans sneakers. Her hair was also styled in 2 Afro puff ponytails. If you have any information, you can call the family at 314-339-9838 or St. Louis City Police at 314-444-0100. I will continue to keep an eye on this case and give you guys updates as I get them in. If you have a case that you want me to check out, just visit me on the Intrigued Full Effect Facebook page or via email at intriguedfulleffect@hotmail.com. Until next time, be safe and stay true. The views, information, or opinions expressed during the Intrigued Full Effect, Curious Cases, Disappearances, and Other Stuff podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of the host. The primary purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. The host of this podcast assumes no liability or responsibility for any activities in connection with opinions shared in the podcast. The podcast and blog associated with it shall not be used in any legal capacity or as a basis for expert testimony. Any copyright material in the podcast is approved by the owner or is part of the public domain. Music by Pond 5.